Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Right there. 54 Mike. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Dalvin Cook, the ball
Just
carrier.
what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
Now Cook. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. With the Vikings and 49ers, you might remember met in the divisional round of the playoffs a season ago. The Vikings coming in off the overtime win against New Orleans. But the 49ers, they were rested and ready, and they got a couple of touchdown runs from Tevin Coleman. And their defense shut out the Vikings in the second half as that wound up a 27-10 Niner victory. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Complete
a gain
to
of
number
6 there
82.
on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Under crunch.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes,
First
you're
and
able to
10
hit a
at the
receiver in
47-yard
stride, and he
line.
can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Cook with a run on first down, but he'll only manage a couple
Dalvin
there before
Cook,
he's
the
taken
ball
down.
carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the
Kinlaw on the
defense,
tackle.
rallying to the football and getting
2
him on the
yards on
ground.
the
But I
pickup.
think the play gets
It's
made
2nd and
by the
8
defensive
at
front.
their 49-yard
Because if they
line.
can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted.
The pass.
Picked off at the
Intercepted
21.
by the
They may have thrown
49ers.
the interception. Obviously
They'll
less
take
than
over
ideal, but
first
I think
and
they
10
also sent a message
at
that
their
they're
own
going to push the ball
21-yard
downfield
line.
in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Raheem Mostert,
Officially,
the ball
it's a
carrier.
1-yard loss. That's going to bring up
Brought down
2nd
behind the
and
line of
11.
scrimmage.
We knew both of these
A loss
safeties
of
were
a
good
yard.
run support, but how
Brings
about the
up
play we
2nd
just
and
saw
11
there? How about that
at the
closing
20-yard
speed?
line.
Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Dancing to his left. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted.
The second
He's picked
down
off just
pass.
shy of midfield. That, Charles, the
Intercepted.
first interception he's
The
thrown here in
Vikings
year
take
number
over
2.
first
And I know it's just the first
at
one,
the 49-yard
but didn't it feel
line.
like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Intended
He was
for
looking for Adam Thielen there,
Incomplete.
but it'll be 2nd down.
Well,
He
if
was
you have man
covered by
coverage on the
Stephon
outside,
Gilmore.
and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Mike 20. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The pass.
They've given him some different looks here
Intended
defensively
for
in the
number
early
89.
going. He's only hit 2 of his first
Incomplete.
5 passes. With a
Brings
big
up a
third down
third
coming
down
up, he's
and
hoping
10
he's got a
yards
play
to
dialed
go.
up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught.
I need to get my swag right there.
Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
The score, Vikings 7, 49ers nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9. They'll look to throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
13 yards. First down, San Francisco.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Xavier Woods
yeah,
on the
things are pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here we go.
On second down, Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA and playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball. Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play. They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
So on fourth down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch about the 8-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line.
Number 33,
Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
At his own 8-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Vikings 7, 49ers nothing. Sponge.
Second and 9 now. And And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
For number 82.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Bound to lose one. Hey, Mike 20, Mike.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
By the 49ers.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
The ball carrier.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Here's Mostert. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
On the play leads to second and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin first and 10. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Looking to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he...
And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Down pass.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game.
Intended for number 82.
Second down.
Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
Third down and
they have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10.
We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a first down.
Right there, 54 Mike. So we got man.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd down and 12 at the 19-yard line.
Check, 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 check. Mike's 54. Mike, check, check, check. You ain't got nothing.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Let's go, defense.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
6 yards on the
Decent
play.
gain on the scramble to 6, but
down.
now it's 4th. The kick by goal is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off. because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Cook, the ball carrier.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Flushed, and he will score. Touchdown, Viking. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
For the extra point.
That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
And no return on this one as the fair catch. A signal for and take it.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just met.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Mike Hughes.
Picked up by Mike Hughes. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, let's get this.
They'll set up to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back to throw here. Throw left side on target to Thielen.
The pass.
That catch good for only a couple.
Just shy of the goal line. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Viking.
It's their quarterback in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's say they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And this carries into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss down.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
And it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. The 40, the 30. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory.
Complete to George
Big
Kittle.
play there on the catch and run. 75 yards. Even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred. Still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. And boy, on this drive, it looked like the offense was really moving the football. I mean, they have been moving the football, but now they're in a tough spot. Nice play defensively.
Certainly felt like the defense decided to answer what the offense was doing. Okay, you're doing pretty well there. Guess what? We're going to bring some pressure. See if you can handle that. And they got to him on second down, and that sets up a third and long advantage defense.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
A 43-yard attempt.
And Gold is able to put it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
Dalvin Cook,
a good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
I'm coming after you. Mike, watch 57.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up. Let's go.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll
Number
take
31,
it. Just, I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go.
Check 59, Mike. 59, Mike 59. We own them.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 23 yards on the play.
San Francisco.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
Raheem Mostert, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers move back within a couple of the lead.
I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch him work, watch him hate, watch him lurk, can't relate. Watch his skirt out the mud, out the dirt, above.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. It's a run with Mostert. And he'll get into the end zone as the touchdown is successful.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's a 2nd and 7. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
At the 39-yard line.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. It's Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
At the 42.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Joseph now to have the PAT. And it's no good.
The kick
well, that could be a critical
no
miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a short kick taken at about the 16. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Samuel on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First down, 49ers.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Room here to run. Past the 20. There he goes, right side. Touchdown,
Raheem
49ers.
Mostert, the ball carrier. Touchdown.
3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Niners are a point away from leading this game.
Robbie Gould lining up for
so
the point
he's in
after.
for his 3rd score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Cook,
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
At the
well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Coming.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll look to throw here on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Brian Poole. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert, and he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of 3.
Someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Watch the edge.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Again, the ball carrier.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
Ball carrier.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game.
Third down.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now Mostert. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Mostert. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
Here's Mostert. They got two of the three they needed there. Leaves them with third and just a yard.
Tackle made
And the big
at the
fella stuffed that
16-yard
one up in
line.
a big way.
It's a gain
I
of
think
2
doubling him
yards.
has to be a
And
priority
it's
because you can't move up to the
down.
next level if you don't take care of him first.
I'm coming after you.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end.
Today's
But
final
now this
score,
game is
Niners
over.
28,
So the victory here
Vikings
for San Francisco.
27.
And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football. You shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the 49ers, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.